Who's ready to watch a less than trim guy build a playset? It's time to pull those knee pads out of the closet and probably pull a hammy. Today we're going to be putting together the Sweetwater playset by Backyard Discoveries. Alright, it's officially time to stretch it out. Lift with the legs, not with the back. The box itself is just a great reason to call up one of your buddies and have them come over and help you. 88 pounds of pure joy. I think Backyard Discoveries is trying to remind us Dad Bods that we're just not as young as we used to be. Alright, let's run through these pros real quick. First and foremost, this thing is beautiful. It's got that black roof with the white siding and those black windows. It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. Alright, second, construction. This thing is solid. It feels like it's built well. And I'm not just saying that because I built it, although that might have something to do with it. But honestly, no, it was made to be built well. It feels like you're gonna get multiple years of use out of it. It feels like you could probably re-gift it after 2, 3, 4 years. Third, the doorbell. Genius. Good job, Backyard Discoveries. Kids love doorbells and they're always too short to reach them. How do we fix that? We put it on their outdoor playset and they can push the doorbell all day long. The phone. Now I know all the kitchen stuff is really cool, great features, but there's a phone. The kids love it. They make phone calls to people in Imagination World. Who are you calling today, son? Oh, I'm calling the garbage man. Okay, yeah, I'm glad you have his cell phone number. Lastly, and this is a big pro, it's really not that hard to move around. You can either stand up inside it and kind of waddle it around. It's also heavy enough to not allow for a child to just like knock it over. All right, dads, don't be like me. When you get done, don't stare at the door. The gap is supposed to be there. I did a lot of research on this, and the gap is there for anti-pinch. It's actually really smart construction. The way that this is designed is to really minimize the chance of pinch, and that's why the gap is so big. You can fit a whole child's hand in there without it getting smashed when the door is completely closed. All right, let's run through the cons real quick. Full disclosure going into this, these are super nitpicky. In general, I actually really love the Sweetwater set. There's just a few things I wasn't super thrilled about. First and foremost, why are the pots not included? They have the pot holders, they're for a specific size. Why do I have to go out and buy pots? They're probably $1 a piece. Just include them in the set. It's not that big of a deal. Second, the smell. The smell is terrible. When you open that box up, man, does it stink. It smells like lacquer, like pure lacquer, like just completely painted and thrown in that box. It stinks. It went away after like 2 days, but I swear I could smell it on my clothes for like a week after that. All right, next. And this can completely be a me problem, and just my specific box had this problem, but there was some scuffing. Some of the black got on the white. The only reason I really care in my specific instance is because it's on the front facing piece. Like if it was on one of the side pieces, I probably wouldn't even care at all, but because it is on the front, I'm gonna take some white paint and just cover it up. It'll probably take me 5 minutes, but it's still something that I'm gonna complain about because this is the cons section, and that's what we do. Now, this one is super nitpicky, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Some of the pre-drilled holes were wild. Like, I don't know what happened that led to this design, but it does feel like this was a parent that just had twins who was up for 36 hours who had to go to work the next day and drill some holes, and they were just like, hey, this is good enough. All right, I'm gonna call this a con. The pots and pans don't have a home. That drives me nuts. And I understand why they don't. They don't wanna put hooks in there for a kid to get their eyes poked or anything like that. So what I think I'm gonna do personally is just attach some hooks to the ceiling to kind of hook the pots and pans. All in, it really wasn't that bad. The directions were crystal clear. All of the screws were in individual bags clearly marked. The wooden pieces were also clearly marked with a letter and a number indication to tell you which piece was which, and they followed along perfectly with the directions. I know time is not an easy thing to come by as a parent. I would allocate 2.5 hours to build. Now, you've heard me throughout this video list both the pros and the cons. The pros far outweigh the cons. It would be hard to give the Playhouse any less than a 5-star review. This is somewhere where my kids can go collectively for 20 to 30 minutes of just pure joy. I hear them giggle and laugh. They can play collaboratively. As many of you parents know, kids that are close in age, it doesn't always work like that. And this is somewhere where they go together. One of them's playing with the door, one of them's on the phone, one of them's making food. It doesn't matter. They enjoy playing with this Playhouse together, which makes it worth the money right there. Well, if you made it to the end of the video, I guess we did something right. So do us a favor, click the link and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to drop us a comment. We always answer back.